It's Monday, we are back and we're moving the Telford building. It's all going on outside. Let's have a look. Okay, so section 1 is loaded onto the back of the first limer's trailer. He's now going back. He's going to drop this one out the front of the yard, then he's going to go and shoot back up and collect another trailer, which is going to load one of the later sections. We're moving 7 sections today and then 7 sections tomorrow. So all being well, it should go smoothly, and the rain's holding off at the moment, which is the most important thing. Looks very nice though, doesn't it?
The lads start loading sheet materials into the bays that are going to be used to complete the building on site.
So we've separated the bays out from each other now, just to be able to get to more sides to get them sheeted. It's looking very nice. So the lads have been busy, obviously sheeting up the sides. We protect the all the refurbishment of plasterboard that we've done with the sheeting, but it also stops any little bits of materials or stuff flying out. So this is a 350 GSM damp-proof membrane sheet that we use. You've probably seen it on a couple of the other buildings we've installed over the times, but it also makes it look very nice when it's out on the road and keeps the rain out. So as you can see, this crane is a bit of a beast. I'm 6'2". It's quite large, but we're going to be lifting 10 ton at around about 28 meters, something like that. So it's best to have a piece of equipment that can definitely do the job. I love playing with cranes. Okay, so I have just left site. Bays 5 and 6. 5 and 6, yeah, 5 and 6 are now sat outside waiting to be unloaded. Everything seems to be going well. The client seems happy. I've got terrible helmet hair, but you know, that's what it is. I'm going to head back up to the yard now and go and check everything's being loaded and is okay for tomorrow. But from what I've heard from everyone in the office, it's all going fine and they don't need me. But I'm no use up there either, so I'll go and see if I can try and sell something. But there we go. Good start up in Telford. Everything is going well. So let's talk installations. Now, our entire business is based on the fact that we prepare buildings in one place, we lift them up and we move them to another place and we put them back down. So this feeling which I'm about to describe literally happens every time we move one of these buildings, whether it's a single cabin or whether it's a larger modular complex like we've put in today. It doesn't go away, and that feeling is basically just pure nerves and anxiety every night before the first big move. We had big rainstorms over the weekend in Britain where we pre-split these buildings and they are almost open to the elements, and when you have such a big rainstorm you run the risk of a lot of water going in. So we had to pop in over the weekend just to make sure that everything was shored up and that none of the water would get in, which it didn't, which was a win. But dealing with that and then going on to knowing that we got the crane in yesterday to do the first set of lifts, and then we've got the crane in again today to do the first installation on site, and then again tomorrow to do the second installation on site of the next set of bays. Those of you who deal with anything where there might be a big event for your work, or I suppose a big event in even hobbies, tournaments, competitions, whatever it might be, but I really struggle. I can't sleep the night before. I'm very fidgety. I can't settle down just because my brain's going a million miles an hour, and it is extremely difficult to just try and shut off the worry, because it's our business at the end of the day, and if it doesn't go well it's going to affect me, my family and my team personally. So I don't get to hide behind like the corporate protection. It is our business. So yeah, quite often installations can get a little bit nervy, but when you see them start to go in on site and it's being handled by the professionals, you should be a little bit more comfortable. But until those first few sections start going in, you know that the crane pad's good, and it's difficult, man. So just landed back in the depot, and as you can see, it's still all go. These 3 lorries that are in at the moment are actually for the 3 bay which is going up to Oldham. The crane we've moved from over the back that's loading the Telford project at the moment to get these guys loaded, and then we've got a little bit of a layover to get the crane moved back from there back over to this spot so that we can carry on loading for day 2 of Telford. But at the moment everything's going quite nicely. We've got 1 out of 3 sections of Oldham loaded, and then we've got another 4 sections to load for Telford for tomorrow. So I'm going to go and give the guys a chuck where I can, and yeah, it's all going MPB at the moment. All sections of Oldham are now loaded. We're de-rigging the crane and getting it ready now again for the Telford lift, which is over there, just happening in the background. We've got 2 lorries in, ready to take another 2 sections of the Telford. That's going to be going in tomorrow. So at the moment, we're ticking over. Very stressful, lots going on, but it's what we do, so we like it. On days like today where it's go, go, go all the time, quite often the lads will find that they have to keep working through their lunches, or what they do, they end up picking up food, which isn't good. So just ordered a whole raft of pizzas, which is right here now because they're all doing a sterling job and it's greatly appreciated. So I'm going to go and get this sat down, and whilst the crane's re-rigging up ready to move the Telford sections, the boys can have some pizza. the lorry for section 14. There's section 14. Nearly home time. Guys are packing the vans up, getting ready to go tomorrow. Just spoke to Darren on site up in Telford. He said that the loads have gone in, they've gone down really well. They've all been bolted together, they've all been racked. 8 sections in today, 6 in tomorrow. It's going to be nice to see it all down on site, and then we can start on all the internal works that we've got to do. So the guys are just loading up the vans, ready for the work tomorrow. Morning, it is Wednesday, day 2 on site in Telford. We're sending 5 of the guys up from the yard. They are going to work alongside Darren and Dan. Darren and Dan are going to carry on with the installation. Our guys are going to work inside the building, outside the building, making sure that everything's sealed, making sure that everything's watertight, starting to put the fire foam in, starting to put the insulation in, then the plasterboard, the floor joints, everything on those kind of lines our guys are going to be working on. I'm going to shoot over to Telford later on today. It's just I've got a bunch of work that I've missed the last couple of days with being on site, so I want to make sure all the quotes are going. I want to sit down and work through the sales list that we've got. We've got some materials to plan, some drawings to do. So plenty going on today. I'm going to shoot up to site to make sure I can get you guys some footage of the building going in, or the second 7 sections going in, six, and then back in the office. We've had a call from site. The guys have asked for some slightly longer bolts just to help with the racking of the modular buildings. So the racking is, as the modulars go down onto the foundations on site, sometimes they can get slightly misaligned. So what we'll do, we'll use the weight of the crane and the chains to pull the sections back in line and then get the bolts in. So once the bolts are in, they'll hold the weight of the building and everything will be okay. If you're in the modular building industry, it's quite a regular occurrence. It just depends on how it was sort of stored in its previous yard. So we'd got it on temporary foundations here, but obviously now it's going on to the full proper foundation. So they've asked for a slightly wider bolt just to be able to rack the buildings better. So Steve's going to go and shoot up to Telford now rather than me. He's going to go and get those bolts and take them over there. That gives me a chance to stay in the office and get more quotes out, but also we've got a HR meeting later just to go through any sort of policy changes and internal bits and pieces that need to be addressed there. So that's the plan now changed. I'm not going up to Telford today, but Steve's going to get me some drone footage of the last few sections going in, and then tomorrow I'll go up to Telford and we'll bring you some sort of shots of the inside of the building and how it's going. But it's raining here right now, which means it's probably raining up on site in Telford, and we really need to get these roofs sealed and done. So hopefully we'll be able to get that started tomorrow. But no, tomorrow's wet, so it might be Friday, because just nothing's ever easy. As you probably remember from yesterday's filming, we had got a 3-bay which was being loaded as well, which was going up to a school in Oldham. Mick has been up there running that job, and from what I've heard, it has gone very well. The access into the site was really tight. I will throw up an image now of the trackway system of what we'd got to get into the site, and then also a street view off Google. That was really quite difficult for him to be able to get the lorries into that area, for the crane to be able to lift it off. But all has gone well, so well done to the crane driver, well done to the lorry driver, and a big well done to Mick for getting that in. Martin and Paul are going up there tomorrow to start work on the electrics alongside Kevin, who is installing the building and getting all the internal bay connections done. So that's Telford in, that is Oldham in, and we are inundated with inquiries in the office at the moment, so I'm trying to get those done. We've also had a client who's told us that their planning permission is due to be passed, but there's never a guarantee, as you know from the London project that we'd got, but apparently that's coming in on Friday next week, which is a brand new 5-bay building, so all good. It's been a very long day, everyone's getting home, the lads have just got back from Telford, they're all done. I'm completely shattered, but I've still got a load of work that I've got to do. After that HR meeting, I've also got a load of other work I've got to do, and then I've got a plan for the work we've got to do in the yard, which is going forward and getting all of the infrastructure set up for the workshop and the staff room, and all the crane moves which are going to be involved in that. So I've still got a lot of work to do tonight. But for me, for today and for the last 3 days, it's nice to be back vlogging. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give me a thumbs up, a comment, and please subscribe to the channel, because as of right now, which is 6 o'clock on Wednesday night, we're at 499 subscribers. So it'd be very nice to see us tick over to 500. But I love you all. I'll see you soon.